The South West Coast Path is England's longest national trail. At 630 miles, it follows the coastline through 4 counties, starting in Somerset through North Devon, all the way around Cornwall, South Devon, and finishing in Dorset. Along with my friends Katie and Rupa, we're planning to walk the whole route over several years. This year we're going from the very beginning, Minehead in Somerset, to Ilfracombe in Devon. Today it's day 3, and we're walking about 6.8 miles from County Gate to Lynmouth. The day started with a taxi ride where we got a close-up view of a pair of red kites, which the taxi driver was just as excited as us about.
My next people have been dying to see one of these.
When he dropped us off, we were greeted by a huge rainbow. It was such a magical start to the day. We headed off down the trail towards Sister's Fountain, a natural spring that's considered by some to be a holy well and was enclosed in stonework in the 19th century.
Morning.
Morning!
Good morning. What day is it?
Tuesday?
Oh, I've got no idea.
I think it's Tuesday.
It's day 3.
Yeah.
Day 3.
But it's actually day 4 of our trip because we had a day off yesterday.
Yeah. We had wanted to save our day off and make it slightly later, but we had some disastrous weather yesterday.
It was grim. It was really grim.
Yeah, it just poured with rain all day, and we thought it just made sense to have
Also,
a day
we were
off.
feeling pretty tired after day 2, which was supposed to be 6.5 miles and turned out to be 11.5 miles. So
With a lot of climbing at the end.
yeah, it was intense. So we were ready for a rest. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling refreshed.
Yep.
I feel a whole lot better, yeah.
And it's our first day without our packs.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I've got
Without
most
our
of my.
full packs.
Yeah, we haven't got
Yeah.
everything. We had a accommodation that's done us for a few nights, so we've been able to leave some of our stuff behind, which is really nice.
yeah, really lovely.
We're based in Linton.
Which is a lovely town. We'll be getting back there this evening.
Yeah, two little towns, kind of one up, one down on the cliff, with a very cute little water-powered funicular that you can take. So we did have a little look around yesterday in the rain, had some chips, but that was about it.
Did some jigsaw puzzles,
Yeah, it was very relaxing.
reading.
I had a little potter on the beach.
Yeah.
But nothing too strenuous. And today's walk is supposedly not too strenuous, 6.8 miles, but after day 2, I don't completely trust that estimate. I don't really know what we're in for.
Yeah. We'll keep you informed.
Yeah.
After the spring, we climbed up onto the cliff path where we walked looking out over the sea and passing through tunnels of rhododendrons. The weather was becoming less hazy than previous days, and we began to see amazing views along the coastline ahead of us and behind us.
Hope you can see Wales.
We headed uphill through some gorse and passed into Chub Hill Wood, which was full of ferns and mosses. We decided we had time for a little detour off the main trail to see the lighthouse on Fallen Point. The landscape opened up and was more exposed and bare, and we spotted a speckled yellow moth.
So we've just stopped for a bit of lunch. We are 2/3 of the way, we think, today.
Yeah, I think so. I don't want to curse it, but I feel like it's been quite gentle so far today. Nothing too much uphill, nothing too much downhill, and just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It has been unbelievably beautiful, the colours. We've been walking along right on the cliff, blue sea, sun. It's been a bit sun, cloud, rain on endless
changeable
repeat.
weather, definitely. What my grandma would call a cardi on, cardi off kind of day. I've done cardigan, I've done t-shirt, and I've done raincoat.
Yeah.
But it's been lovely. There's been beautiful rhododendrons in bloom in bright pink and gorse in bloom in bright yellow, and then moments of blue sky and blue sea. Absolutely beautiful. And we took a little detour off the path to see a lighthouse, Fallen Point Lighthouse. And there is a path that goes right around the headland, but there's a big warning sign saying dangerous and steep, and don't do it in bad weather. And the weather isn't terrible, but it's very windy out on the headland.
It was windy on the point. It also said falling scree, which didn't sound fun.
We thought it wouldn't be sensible. So now we've had our lunch, our tummies are nice and full. We're going to head up this lovely steep hill. Rupa's gone on ahead of us, and hopefully, well, we're going up and then going down.
Yeah.
And finishing up
in
Lynmouth.
Lynmouth.
We'll finish in Lynmouth, hopefully find some ice cream.
Oh, yes.
And then have a ride, hopefully on the Cliff Railway.
Yes.
Back up to the top.
We headed through a deep V-shaped gully onto an exposed headland before heading towards the village of Countersbury. Here the path became very narrow with a steep drop off to one side, with no trees between us and the sea below. Katie's vertigo soon kicked in, but the beauty of the scenery provided some distraction. At Countersbury, we stopped to take a look at the tiny church of St John the Evangelist, an 18th and 19th century rebuilding of an earlier church. Beyond the church, we could see the end of our day's hike, the villages of Lynmouth and Linton nestled on the coastline up ahead. The unnerving path continued, but Katie found a single hiking pole technique that proved effective.
We also took plenty of time to admire the smaller things that were sharing the path with us. As is sometimes the way, just as we expected the trail to become less interesting as we headed into the village, it had one more beautiful stretch left to surprise us. We left the road and descended into a little area of woodland that was carpeted with beautiful white flowers and full of birds. At the ice cream parlour, I could not resist having a go at the black vanilla flavour. It was delicious, but a very strange looking ice cream colour.
We ate them on the beach, then headed to the cliff railway to take us back up to Linton.
He's just filled his tank up by putting a load of water in that hole there, but on the opposite side. Before we leave here, I'm going to put my foot on that pedal there, and I'm going to release water until we start to move. When we start to move, that means that he at the top is ever so slightly heavier, and then we'll pull us up with him. Right? It's just a simple counterbalance.
It's amazing. The village of Lynmouth is down on sea level, and its companion village Linton is high up on the cliff, and the two are connected by an incredible water-powered railway which we enjoyed having a ride on.
The camera. Sorry.
Just want to double check
No, you're not wearing the right colour trousers for a wet bum. Oh no, I do now have a wet bum.
Right.
Are we recording?
Oh yeah. About
We are.
bums. Do you funny walk?
See you later.
I'm leaving.
Thank you for watching our third South West Coast Path video. The next episode is over on Katie's channel. Follow the link on screen or in the description box below. We also have a Ko-fi account if you've enjoyed coming along with us and want to contribute towards our next adventure.